Good afternoon and welcome to round 4 of season 8. It's Nordic eRacing here at Zandvoort, Netherlands. And joining me is no one, so it'll be me on my own. I am Ricky Chiado, and this is my first time with NER, so I am very much looking forward to this. Welcome in, guys. Get yourselves ready, get your drinks, get your snacks. This is going to be absolutely lightning. A lap should be completed in around 68 to 69 seconds. Just the two DRS zones, a very tight and twisty circuit. Very much a go-karting circuit, so qualifying is absolutely key. And it will be a battle of David and Goliath, and qualifying is often the decisive factor around here. There's 2.6 mile circuit, and as we await the drivers to come into the lobby, we can see some very, very quick drivers already in the lobby. We have 16 drivers already in. This is, of course, a no assist category within NER, so I appreciate everybody in the lobby not using any assist. I see some people that I know: Muin, Rala, Kaladri, Falk, and I am looking forward to this one. This is going to be absolutely epic, and I hope you guys put on a show, because I am really looking forward to this one. So here we go. We are just minutes away from qualifying. A short format qualifying, which will consist of 18 minutes. Soft to hard strategy will probably be preferable, depending on your pace. Maybe you can make the mediums into the top 10, but soft to hard tends to be the strategy around here. I don't think the medium is the tire to be on. Yeah, so let's see what we can do. Mikras, we see Sorensen, Gustav. Yeah, a very, very quick lobby, and I expect 3 or 4 attempts to cover pretty much the whole field here at Zandvoort. And I'm not sure who's leading the championship, as I don't have that information, but if somebody can pass me on that information, that would be absolutely awesome. NER Casper, I think I've seen a few times in 5-lappers lobbies. K-Mark, obviously we all know him. He's social media mad. Can be a quick driver. He's often prone to mistakes. Gets himself in the areas of podiums and potentially victories. But yeah, a few racing incidences, and yeah, he's often towards sort of 8th, 9th or 10th. So maybe K-Mark can surprise and get a surprise podium. Risa, we all know about Risa, an extremely quick driver. Was in IFR, now at World Online Racing. Yeah. It's my boy Reese. Yeah, here we go then. 30 seconds. We've got 18 drivers, a perfectly good amount of drivers. You don't want really any less than sort of 16, 15. But 18 is a really strong attendance for round 4 of season 8 here at Nordic eRacing. So here we go then, as the drivers are loading into the track. It is often a track that comes with mixed conditions. Wet weather seems to be a pretty regular thing here on F1 2021. And it'll be interesting to see if many of these drivers actually want the rain or if they want the dry conditions. The curbs are pretty deadly around, especially turn 2 and turn 8. The hairpin, of course, before the DRS. 20 seconds as we just await the ETA, Gustav and Sorensen. If I get the names wrong, I do apologise. I'm not very good with Danish names, but I will give it my best, guys. And, of course, just remember to race fair, but race hard, of course. We love aggressive defending. We love aggressive overtakes. And with these drivers, I expect plenty of both. All right, then here we go. His drivers are getting their setups. They've been practicing all week for this. They've done the race sims. They've done the qualies. Now it is time to pull it on the track when it really matters. This is where all the practice comes into it. It's now or never. It's all about qualifying. Is the Dutch Grand Prix. Big advantage being at the front of the grid. And yeah, one of them rare tracks where track position in quali does actually make a difference come race. And I wonder who's going to be the first one out of the garage. Please let me know if I need to adjust any volumes, because I have literally just gone on the fly and set this up. It looks like it's a Red Bull. So that's going to be Reset or Dynastics, I believe. It is Reset. So he's going to be the first one to put a lap down. Go then, it's the medium compound for driver number 43. One down from, of course, Lewis Hamilton's number. Reese, from previous experience, I believe this isn't one of his better tracks, but he's still very good. Might be completely left field there, but he's already going through the Sector 2 chicane and getting ready to start his first flying lap on the medium compound. As he's ready now, he feels that he's in the zone, and it's go for qualifying here at Zandvoort. Let's go on board with WOR Riese down the pit straight as he opens up the DRS. 80 meters, is that going to be his break point? No, it's even more. It's 60 meters. Here we go, third gear, up into fourth, fifth, sixth gear. Hug the left-hand side, switch it to the right, misses the apex a little bit there. And third gear, down into second, back up to third. Back on the power as early as you can. That rear really stepping out. That'll be the medium. Not that much grip in the medium compound. Hasn't got the grip. The tyres are not up to temperature at this point. Goes purple. Of course he does, because he's the first one on the track. Through Sector 2 now. And this is really where you'll gain the time, being on the soft compound. And it all looks neat and tidy from Reese. It doesn't look particularly quick for him. But yeah, it looks quite neat and tidy. And a case of just getting a feel for the track. And let's have a look how he approaches the chicane over the curbs. Had to adjust his inputs there, so that'll scrub some speed off. Gets a nice exit. And here we go. This is going to be the first flying lap on the mediums, and he's around. And Reese has lost it. He's dropped it on the final turn. Just showing that he hasn't got enough rear downforce. And there we go. Lap over, and he will have to pit. Such a shame, because it was looking like a neat lap. But there we go. Let's go aboard with Sorensen. Is Sorensen? I don't know if he's on a flying lap, because his actually Reese does complete it. Sorensen coming up to the start finish. He's gonna get a bit of slipstream. Here we go. Where can he pull it? It's P1. So the biggest Panther, the big Panther is coming up to the second chicane well, but this time he's on the soft compound, misses the curbs altogether, so he's gone a little bit different from Reese and Sorensen. He has decided that he doesn't want to touch the curb, and yeah, let's see what the soft runner can do. He nearly runs out of road, keeps it within the track limits, and this time he is going to set it. Shortest route to the line as Ayrton goes fastest, and it's a 9.8 for the big Panther. Let's go aboard with ETA LMN. As he's coming up to the final couple of corners. Oh, you gotta love the bank in there. Shortest route to the run, and he's aborted. So, not a great start to the qualifying for LMN. He has had enough as Falk is getting ready. I mean, he has aborted this flying lap. He's not on an out lap. So maybe he just had a poor sector 1 or 2. And yeah, he is getting ready to go. He's got the space on the track. And here we go. Falk, extremely quick driver, racing for World Online Racing. Oh, braking as late as 60 meters. I mean, it's just tremendous commitment to this fast and furious track. A little bit squirrely on the curves, unsettle the back end, but also it looks still pretty neat. Nice use of the bank in there. It's flat out. 3 turns, 4, 5. Down to 6. And this car looks absolutely planted. It does not look unbalanced. It looks really, really nice. Good stability. Good grip. And this is looking neat. It's looking quick. Open up the DRS. Coming through Sector 2 now. 9.4 is provisional pole position. I'm expecting at least 6 attempts to be shaved off that come the final runs. Let's see what he can do. Approaching the final 2 corners. There, pole position of 9.2. And it has to be said, it was so neat and tidy. It really is. It looks so smooth. The inputs on his wheel just, yeah, it just screamed quick. And yeah, diagnostics in P7 10.1. I'd imagine that's on the medium compound. It isn't. So a real surprise there from Diagnostics. I wonder if he's had a moment, because usually he's one of the top dogs. And there we go, a 9.6 as Enya Muin puts it into, is it P5? Did someone just jump somebody? Caladri in P2. And Caladri, somebody who I've raced against and commentated on, a very, very quick driver. Very consistent, and yeah, he's showing pace that we all knew he's got. We all know he's got the pace. He's just trying to get the consistency. Now he's switched to no assists. And you absolutely love it. So, realistically, we're talking about a 1.5 gap between pole position and P14. Who have we got going on a lap? We've got Sorensen on a flying lap. He's just started now. He's crossed the start-finish. Here we go. Turn 1. Using a bit of the exit curb and... yeah, it's interesting because through turn 2, nobody seems to be clipping the inside, which I thought many would. So, yeah, definitely interesting lines here at Zandvoort. K-Mark has retired, down in P17, hasn't set a time. I don't know if he's had a quali ban or what, but P17 is not somewhere where he's going to be wanting to start. Actually, he's dropped it on the previous corner, so, yeah, was that coming out of turn 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think. This is English because apparently there was nobody to commentate, and I've been asked to help out, so I have accepted that there is help. You can come in and join if you wanna come in and join. Co-commentate as Sorensen puts it into P1. Let's get rid of that. Let's go ball with Rala because he's the one who actually asked me to commentate. They were a little bit short. I'm not sure the reason why they were short, but they were. Oh, and he's gone. It's Big Panther. Oh my days, and he's completely lost it, and there we go, around he goes. I don't think any damage was caught, but he's got a car approaching. It's the Aston Martin. It could be Raleigh, actually. No, it's not. It's not actually an Aston Martin, but there we go. Let's go back on board. We were on board with Gustav now. We've not been on board with him so far. The Alfa Romeo driver currently in P7, coming through Sector 2. A lot of cars And that's the thing, it's only a 68-second lap or 69-second lap. So much traffic. And yeah, he's got around there pretty well, actually, considering. And I just wonder if he's going to pick up a little bit of a toe. No, he isn't. And I just want to get rid of that because that's covering a bit of the screen, actually. Here we go, then. Coming up to the cross finish line. And let's see what Gustav can do. He'll be wanting to prove by at least 3 attempts. And there we go. He improves by nearly 4 attempts. And that is pole position for now, at least to Sorensen. Just 10,000ths of a second behind Falk on a flying lap. And it is looking good. He's currently coming up to the chicane. It's make or break. Is this going to put him on provisional pole position? Let's have a look. The McLaren driver, he was provisional pole position on his first run. Is his second run going to be an improvement? He'll be hoping, he'll be praying. He gets on the power early, nice and early actually. Shortest route to the line. Let's see what he can do. Is the McLaren man going to put it on pole position? Yes! Yes, he is for now. Great lap from Falk. Hey, what's up, Joel? come and commentate, mate. Come and commentate with me. I need a second. Oh, and that's it's a shame for Joel Racing because he's gone on the George Russell line. And he improves to P15. He won't be happy with that. That is not a good lap. As Ayrton just about pips Falk. It's now Ayrton first, Falk second. And I tell you what, these laps are getting extremely close now. Let's go on board. Who do we go on board with? Let's go on with board with Mune, the second driver for McLaren. Again, another quick driver. Let's not forget that these guys are all running no assists. A well-run league that has a pyramid structure with F1 being no assists, F2, I believe, just being corner line and automatic gears, and then Division 3 and 4 both being all assists. I'm just trying to help out. I'm just trying to help out NER because they were struggling for a commentator tonight. So I know a few of them, so I said I help out. So I'm not the best, guys. I know that, but you know, I'm just trying to help you out. Here we go, Caladri into the pit. So these guys winding down, getting ready to set their fastest lap, and Sorensen has retired on. That's sector 2 coming down the DRS, so he's clipped the hairpin and he's pulled it into the wall. Let's go on board with Mune because we can actually see, because he's just 2 corners away. And let's see, the inside, you can definitely drop it on the curb. And there he is, he's in the middle of the road. I mean, if that's real life, that's a red flag. Let's go on board as IFR Dresse has made it. And yeah, Andreas as his real name. Yeah, I'm not sure what car he'll go, but he's got time for 1 run, and that'll be really interesting to see if he can do anything. So much pressure on 1 lap. And that's what these guys have got to work with. Let's go on board now as Diagnostics and Ralla, NER Cold are all on outlaps. Who's the first one? It's going to be Ralla, I believe. No, it's not. It's going to be Cold. Wait, Cold's retired. Cold's retired on going into the pit lane. Has he retired trying to go into the pit lane? Has he done a Dresse Bassin and absolutely nailed the pit entry? You have to question it. Let's go on board with Rally because He's about to start his final lap. He goes as wide as possible, trying to build that speed. Here we go. DRS open. It's now or never for the Danish Dynamo. Here we go. Approaching turn 1. 60 meters braking point. Turn in. Down into second gear. Up into third. Up into fourth. Quick short shift and you love it. Get the traction. Second corner. And he's very committed here. He's going to be looking for at least 4 tenths improvement here. Rally, a very quick driver. No assist. XIFR. He knows what he's doing. He knows why he's in this top tier. He takes a wide line through there, and it really compromises his next 2 corners. There we go. Nicely through the apex there. And he's aborted. And he's aborted. And there we go. He clearly wasn't happy with that, and that is him. Let's go aboard. There's a Alfa Romeo. There's a couple of Red Bulls. This is the problem I've got. I don't know who's who. I don't know who's in what car. Here we go. It's a Williams. No, it's not him. Diagnostics. Is he on a flyer? No. Well, this guy is. Alex, here we go then. Mercedes driver. Did I say Basson has not set a lap time yet? So this is the only Mercedes that will get to deliver a lap time. Can he get himself into the top 10? Does he want to be in the top 10? Is this a strategy from the Mercedes driver that he just wants to start outside the top 10? Let's have a look, see what he can do. And there we go, P11. I mean, if he's aimed for P11, that's a fantastic judgment there from Alex. Because I tell you what, having the free tyre choice could pay out, especially if you go deep into the Grand Prix. And we got a yellow flag. It's an Alfa Romeo going slow. It's Sector 3. It's the chicane for Sector 3. Ralla, DRS open. What can he do? What has he got? Did he use too much tyre? Did he use too much DRS? Here we go, over the curbs. Let's go on board. We're going to get rid of the graphics. Let's see what he can do. We're not even going to know what he can do until he crosses the line. It looks fairly neat through the banking. Shortest route to the line. You love to see it. Flat out to the line. Where does it put him? P9. I'm not too sure that's a place you want to be. Here we go. Dynastics flying through Sector 1. Let's get rid of that. Here we go. Dynastics absolutely looks committed to this. He's P10 at the minute. He will need to improve. He does not want to finish P10, especially on them new soft tyres. The less durable but quicker tyre. They are like bubble gum around here. Reminds me of the super soft around Singapore a couple of years. From the year 2018. Here we go. He's gone deep into the chicane, and that is it. That is it. Dynastics with a terrible qualifying position. He will not be happy with that. Caladri down in P8. He was provisional P2 on his first run. What can he do? What's he got? Ferrari powered. Here we go. Can he get into the top 4? No, is the answer. A 9.2 is not good enough. Muin, what can he do? A 9.2 is his best so far. Does he improve? Yes, but it's not enough. And Dynastics has luckily finished in P11 in qualifying. He will get free tyre choice, and you absolutely love to see. He will be thanking the heavens, thanking the gods, and he will get free tyre choice. So there we go. Falk takes it with an 8.981, the same time as NER Ayrton. Gustav starts P3, LMN P4. And I tell you what, Falk will start on the racing line, and that is something that could be really advantageous coming through the first couple of laps. No DRS. It's going to be interesting to see what strategy, as LMN has actually left the session. And I'm just wondering if we've got some sort of technical difficulty within the lobby. But there we go. The McLaren driver absolutely nails it. The same lap time as Ayrton. But, crucially, he set it first. Well, there we go, guys. Falk, Ayrton, Gustav, LMN, Sorensen, Muin, Caladre, Reese down in P8. He won't be happy with that. Showed tremendous pace early on. Ralla P9, the Big Panther in P10. Free tyre choice goes to Dynastics, Mikras, Alex, Casper, Juhi, Broder, Cold, K-Mac, and Dresse Basson. Well, IFR Dresse, as people know him now. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what these guys can do. I'd imagine they're all going to go sort of mediums. I don't see anybody going soft compound. It's just not going to, you know, yeah, it's just not worth it. The alternate strategy could work, could get a safety car at any point, could work in their favour. So I'd imagine the majority will go mediums. So it'll be soft versus mediums. And then we'll have a race on the hards later. But we have got wet weather. Is it wet enough that it's intermediate? Because although it's raining, it does look pretty dry. So I'm wondering if these guys are going to actually start on the soft compound tyres. Is it going to be intermediates right now, or is it still slicks? We can't actually go on board with anybody, but looking at it, I'm going to say slicks. There we go then. Let's have a look as LMN is having difficulty. No, it's intermediate tyres. Yeah. Okay. But look, if you look at the rain coming down, it's not exactly hammering in it, and I don't think we're going to be too far from dries. So could somebody have taken a gamble on the slick tyres? Nobody has done that, so yeah, I'm just curious. Could somebody have gone on the slick tire? And you know, I don't think this is going to take a long time to dry up due to the short track. It's only 2.6 miles. You know, a lot of cars will be going around a lot of times, so yeah, I mean, it would have been a gutsy call, but there we go. Falk from Ayrton, both with the same time. Gustav, the LMN in P4, Sorensen in P5, NER Moon in P6, Caladri in P7, Risa in P8. Watch out for him. He'll not be happy with that. Ralla in P9, a very solid lap, and the Big Panther. And these guys, P11 or down, are going to be absolutely fuming because they have no strategy advantage being this far down. And we got an AlphaTauri round, and it's Mikras, and I'm not sure if that was a reset to track or not. But yeah, here we go. Like, as you see, they're already round. They're round the bank, and it's pretty much the game has already taken over Falk. Look at the field spread from Falk to P19. It's so wide. I just wonder if his tyres are going to be warm enough that he can control this start as well as he would have wanted. But here we go. We are getting ready for the Dutch Grand Prix here at Nordic eRacing. Here we go then. Let's get rid of the track map for a moment. What we want, position changes. We wait where we've got the 5 red lights out at the minute. And it's go, go, go. We've got somebody not starting to tell him, and he's left the session. It's a great start from Falk Ayrton. tries to go around the outside of turn 1. A little bit of banger, but there we go. Ayrton in P2, Falk P1. And a pretty clean start, but Ellerman drop in places left, right, and centre. He's not started, and K-Mark is out of this Grand Prix. We've got a virtual safety car, and it has to be said, a little bit premature there, because we didn't really get the greatness of a start, and K-Mark is out, less than 3 corners completed, and he'll be absolutely furious with how his Grand Prix has gone. Big winners of the start so far. Risa up 3. I just wonder if that means he was on a wet setup. Jojo has joined, but unfortunately he has not got a car. I'm not sure if he's actually in the league or this tier, but he is joined. So a couple of winners there. Mikras up 2, Alex at 1, Casper at 1, Broder up 2, Dresse up 2. But look, Ellerman down 14, and K-Mark out of this Grand Prix. As we've got a virtual safety car still going. Ellerman has joined now, but he's so far behind, 15 seconds behind. This is really going to hurt him, and yeah, you don't like to see it at all. So here we go, lap 1 just about to be completed, and not much doing at the minute. And based on the fact that these guys are going, I'd imagine the virtual safety car is on the verge of finishing. Normally, and there we go, green flags, and it looks like it's a relatively good start from Gustav here, as he's battling with Ayrton and Falk for P1. As Risa has decided now is the time. What is he doing? Risa's on another set of, is it intermediates? It is, so no worries with that. So back on board with Falk. Let's get the intervals up. Okay, there's no intervals coming, so here we go. Ayrton and Falk are starting to slightly get away from Sorensen. The gap around 0.8 of a second, okay? Not that much of a deal, but it's only lap 3 now. So here we go. We got another 33 laps to go around Zandvoort, and look at these conditions. It does not look... I mean, if I was to have a guess, it's on the verge of soft tyres. It does not look that wet at all. And what we really need is some sort of interval times coming up, because at the minute we've got absolutely nothing. There we go. Ayrton the fast out, and here we go. The laps are starting to come down quite rapidly, actually. So let's go on board with Mikras. He's making a move. All right, this is not letting me. It's very tight midfield. Rallet up to P6, and that'll be because of obviously Risa pitting. Gustav's decided enough's enough. He's pitting. Let's have a look at his tyre choice. Alex is out, so that's a second DNF, and that's another virtual safety car. So Alex has lost it. Coming out of turn, is that turn 6? And I'm just wondering if these guys are debating. I mean, we're roughly around 8 seconds off the soft tyres, based off the 122. But that was that the second lap? And that was in the virtual safety car conditions. So yeah, very, very close. These guys must be at least thinking about when they are, because it's definitely going to go dry from the looks. The sky is hardly raining. And these guys just trying to get some heat into these intermediate tyres. And we're green lights again. So it looks like Rally's got some tremendous grip. Already up 3 places into lap 4, and Caladri is definitely struggling out of these two the most. We've got yellow flags in sector 1, and there we go. It's go on board with me, Chris, as he's looking at Raleigh. Raleigh getting out of shape through turn 3. Let's go on board with me, Chris, as he's looking at Raleigh. Raleigh tremendously under pressure. Let's see what he can do, as Alex has left the session, unfortunately for him. Not the race he would have wanted. But we move. And if you look at through the corners, Mikros looks the quicker out of the 3 here, as he looks to Raleigh through the hairpin. He's going to do the undercut. Here we go. Look at the grip. Look at the confidence. He's absolutely flying. He just needs clean air. This is the closest battle on track at the minute. A slight lock with the right front. And there we go. Raleigh's right. Oh my God, Raleigh. And it looked like Caladri had come onto the track a little bit dangerously. And I think that's the reason why he spun. I don't think Raleigh could have done much more there. He was on the track. He had every right. But I'm sure the stewards will look into that if need be. And Mikros is about to make an overtake on Raleigh. Down into turn 1. Later braking. Raleigh gets squeezed to the outside, and it's actually quite easy from Mikros as Raleigh gets back into it. So that is up to P5 from Mikros. Let's go on board with P3 man Sorensen, who's just keeping an eye on this battle up front between Falk and Ayrton. Reset with a fastest lap at 1:20.0. The time coming down. I wonder what time we'll be looking at for dry tyres, because surely we're only moments away. It is coming down every single lap. And I'd imagine the guys will be looking to go on to the medium compound to the end of the race. A little bit of a gap between Mikros and P4 NER Moon. And Raleigh not letting Mikros sleep or give him an ounce of peace at the moment. He is really, really hunting down the AlphaTauri man. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. I'm just wondering, should I have the map on? We got it's a Ferrari. It looks like it's Broder. Broder's at the moment. Jesse Basson is up to P11 from the back of the grid. He's having a hell of a race so far. And, yeah, so Mikros has started to get away from Raleigh. Takes a wide approach through turn 3. I'm just trying to keep on touch with... Let's go on board with Casper, because he's really looking quite dangerous. He's having a fantastic battle with Dynastics. Coming through Sector 2. And Casper has sort of gone under the radar here at Zandvoort. He's really coming to his own in these conditions so far. And it looks like Dynastics is putting the pressure, putting the power down nice and early. He really wants to get into this race. Can definitely see himself scoring some good points, as Casper has a nightmare through the second chicane. And look at Dresse. Dresse all over the back of Jewel Racing. Here we go. Surely this is going to be easy prey. Ah, he goes a bit wide into the penultimate corner. Here we go. Takes the high bank. Has he got the downforce down the inside? Oh, I don't know. Can he do it? He's going to have to be late on the brakes. Is he going to do it? No, is the answer. He's a little bit kind. And unfortunately, Dresse is going to be behind for another half a lap. Not the place you want to be behind coming into Sector 1. But there we go. Dresse still behind the Haas driver. Let's go on board with Raleigh, because he is still battling away with Mikros. And it's interesting. What we're seeing is the guy behind it seems to be the quicker, even though DRS is not yet enabled. The guy behind always seems to be the one with the pace. So we go then. On board with ET8 Gustav in P16, running last at the minute, but he's on fresh intermediate tyres. So I just wonder if this was a strategic ploy, although right now, being held up in traffic is not where you want to be as Cold gets well out of shape. And that's an easy overtake as the Aston Martin loses the back end. Thankfully, no damage. And that is Gustav up into P15. And he continues his charge now as he sees Broder just in front of him. Here we go, then. These two still battling absolutely famously. And the big Panther is out. Is this the safety car? Is this the safety car? It's the safety car. Will these guys gamble? Now, surely somebody has to gamble for the medium tyre. The track is getting quicker. The intermediates are coming towards, not the end of their life, but they're certainly going to have to pit for intermediates at some point. Surely now is the time for intermediates. Take the gamble. P1 pits. P2 is staying out, so let's have a look at Falk. What does he do? It's a new set of intermediates. It's a new set of intermediates. And I just really hope that somebody takes the gamble on a set of slick tyres, if that's what we're going to get. Let's go to tyres. So Ayrton wanted track position, but look at Falk, the guy in P2. He was provisionally, well, he was P1. He comes into pit. Everybody is pit except for the race leader, NER Ayrton, and you have to wonder if he'll soon regret his decision. And I tell you what, this is a bit of a nightmare situation for the leader here, because everybody on fresh intermediates will have the tyre advantage. Even if it is minimal, it will make a difference. Had he pitted, he had still been P2 at this point, so a missed opportunity. But who knows, there's a lot of racing left. We've got 27 laps to go, but he certainly won't be pitting now. So it's a bit of a, well, it stabilizes the race. It brings everybody back into it. It brings everybody back into it, and yeah, and this is what we want. We want everyone to be involved. We want everyone to have the chance at points. So let's go to position changes. So it's been a big dub for Mikros in P5, up 7. Did I say Basson? Up 9 positions, up into the final point. Big losers, Gustav, LMN, Kaladri, and Risa so far. If anybody can let me know if if the race is going to actually go to dries, because look at it. I mean, looking at the weather, it is still raining, but it's you know, it's really minimal, isn't it? So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Should the I mean, all it takes for these leaders is them to go past the pit lane and DRS to be enabled, and the guys behind can literally chuck on a pair of mediums, a pair of hards, or whatever attire, and they will completely get jumped. So they do need to be careful. They do need to be aware of circumstances. And Ayrton has backed them up already. And I'd imagine he'll take it to the line. And he's gone. He's gone. And he caught Falk sleeping a little bit on the bend. And it's a good restart from Ayrton. A really, really mature restart. And Muir is all over the back of Sorensen. Is he going to send it into Tier 1? He does. He locks up a little bit of contact. I don't think any damage. But did he gain an advantage from going into him? And the AlphaTauri teammate is going around the outside of Turn 3. And that's Muir round. He's around. It's around. Very much Albon versus Hamilton at Brazil 2020. Oh, and it's such a shame. Andresse is down into P15. So he's had a stinking start. But Falk 1.3 behind. Ayrton with a fantastic restart. And has really, really gotten away from P2 here. The one person who did look good in the intermediates on the first stint was Mikras. He's now up to P4. He's got his teammate ahead of him, and I'm just wondering if, in fact, there's going to be some sort of team orders about a swap-a-roo, because right now Mikras looks like he's got the pace. He's got the hunger. Caladri on the back of Joel Racing. It's really sketchy. You can see it on their throttle implications, on their throttle inputs. Now, oh my days! And Aston Martin has lost it on the final corner. It's cold. He's absolutely bolted into the barrier. And how that is in a safety car, or at least a virtual, I have no idea. But it's not for now. And let's go back on board with Sorensen, because this is the battle everybody wants to see. It's Sorensen. It's Falk. It's Mikras. Raleigh 1.2 behind. The battle, look at Riese, he's absolutely flying. Let's go on board with the Danish man. Oh, so close to Casper. And you can see Riese's got all the confidence. He's got the pace, he's going to send up the inside. And Casper looking really nervous on them tyres. Has to be said, Riese needs to get this done. He's got the pace right round the outside of the hairpin switcheroo. Can he get the power down? Can he get the power down? What a move this will be. This will be a fantastic move, and he's through. Fantastic from the Red Bull man. You love to see it. He's up to P7. A crucial move on lap 12 here at Zandvoort at Nordic eRacing. Oh my days, moment for Gustav coming out the final turn, had to get out the throttle, just about keeps it. And let's have a look at behind, because we got nearly a three-way battle. The Ferrari man of Nordic sends it down the inside of Caladri, and I just wonder if he's got damage here, because he is not looking too happy right now on the intermediate tyre. Let's go ball with Merlin, because he can see all of this. Sometimes you just don't need to say anything. You just need to appreciate the battling that is in fact going on. And the lead is coming down. It's now just over a second. It was 1.3. So them fresher tyres may be having an input. We've got a yellow flag. And it is unfortunately NER Muir, and he's not happy with that. Dressy's some way behind. Let's go on board with Sorensen. Really coming into this, just using Falk to help him along as he sets the fastest lap. And there we go, a good implication that the track is in fact getting drier. The fact that the track is getting much quicker, and this leading trio has in fact dropped Mikras and P4. So the initial pace that Mikras showed has died down, for at least for now. Let's go on board with Gustav, because he's really close to the back of Casper. In fact, he's on the inside of Casper through turn 3. Oh, so close to making a move. And then side by side through 4. Here we go, around the outside. Can he make it stick? Yes, he does. Fantastic from ET8 Gustav. You'd love to see it. Fantastic overtake, very opportunistic, and he makes it stick. And now he looks in front. He's got Diagnostics, who is not enjoying these intermediate conditions. Has he set up for tries? If he has, he's in for a big mistake. He's in for a terrible race, and Diagnostics has lost it. Coming out of the hairpin, and he is down. It's the P10, and the pressure from Gustav didn't make a difference. Such a shame, such an uncharacteristic mistake from Diagnostics. Usually so good in all conditions. And we got a yellow flag, and that is, I believe, Broader, who's had a moment. So the final turn is definitely proven to be a little bit more difficult than these guys anticipated. That could be due to lack of practice, not being used to these conditions. They could be running a pretty dry setup. So many variables come into the equation. And right now, Reset is looking extremely ramped up and ready to move on his former teammate. Of course, both these guys know each other from intense fast racing. Both have moved on since them days. But here they are, enjoying league racing against one another. And, yeah, a friendly rivalry. I tell you what, Raleigh gets a hell of an exit coming off the final corner. And looks like Sorensen is close to Falk. We got a yellow flag, and that is Diagnostics. Diagnostics. He hasn't retired, but he's... Yeah, and I fully expect this to be a retirement. And I mean, if he doesn't, then fair play. But I know a lot of people normally would. But he doesn't. He carries on, so fair play to him. As we go back to the lead, and it is Falk who is really ramping up the pressure now on Ayrton. And I'm just wondering if Ayrton is just questioning his strategy call here. Because, okay, yes, he has track position. But them tyres are starting to struggle now. He has got about a 4.5 second lead over P4 as we got a yellow flag. And this time it's NER Moon again. So he's really not enjoying these conditions. There we go. Reset. Just without that DRS, just can't get past Rala for now. Rala takes a wide line there through turn one, and it really gives Reset a chance to have a look down the inside. And you can just see how much Reset's breaking early. Mikris is out of the moment. Mikris is out of the moment. Rala could sniff an opportunity. He can't get on the power. Reset round the inside of Rala. Here we go. He sees an opportunity. Rala sees an opportunity. Rala got on the power too much. Wheel spin. Had to correct it. And Reset says, thank you very much. I'll have a piece of that. P5, here I am. Several battles going on now, and Mikris is really struggling. He's fallen off the back of the trio by 4 seconds now, so whatever's happened, he's not enjoying it as Ayrton gets out of shape coming out of the final corner. And the trouble is with Ayrton, he's kind of committed to the strategy now, because there's no point pitting at this stage of the Grand Prix. If the change of conditions is going to happen, he'll just simply have to two-stop. So he's going to have to make this stint last, and so far he's doing a pretty fantastic job as, oh my days, Sorensen very nearly in the back of Falk. And this is how close these guys are running. 3 positions covered by 9/10 of a second. It's anyone's game at this point. Oh, we go. Reese around the inside. Reese getting the power down. Mikros will have the traction. Who's going to come out on top? It looks like it's Lisa for now, and he loves that switchback. It's working so effectively around this 2.6 mile track, and he is up into P4. Now, 4.6 seconds behind the leaders. Can he close down? He's got clean air. You can already see he's got the pace, and he's around, and he's dropped it. And there we go. He's absolutely crucified his chances now. He lost it. He was in clean air. And I wouldn't like to say that's commentator's curse, but my word, what a moment. He's lucky that, well, actually he probably controlled it, but very fortunate not to have wing damage there. And he'll be absolutely gutted, devastated with himself. Just around halfway of the Grand Prix, and yeah, thankfully nobody did go out on the soft tyres, because they would have been really, really struggling. So yeah, so much for me saying that, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't look that wet at this point, does it? And it's been this way for pretty much most of the Grand Prix, and any sort of tyre from here, it's going to be at least, well, at most mediums. And I just want somebody to set a fast lap to know how much the track has, you know, improved, and you know, how close we are to medium compounds or soft compounds. Because at the minute, I'm not even seeing any spray coming off the tyre. And if I am, it's very minimal. So, Broda and Dresse having a battle with Muin. Oh, the Ferrari man! Oh my days! I thought he was going to send it on the on Andreas there. And a lot of these guys have had a lot of issues. It has to be said, nobody particularly enjoying this race. A tricky track in dry conditions, never mind in wet, where you don't practice for it. And I have to say, Falk is extremely close. He's closest. Oh, Dresse, Bassett, what have you done there, son? He's had an absolute wildy of a disaster. And there we go. Ayrton pitted. Ayrton pitted. So let's have a look what tyre he goes on. It is the intermediate tyre. So these guys now is the time. This, I would say, puts Ayrton out of contention unless it's going to stay intermediate conditions till the end of the race. Or are these guys going to have to pit? They're definitely going to be undercut by this point, so they're going to have to stick this out and make the most of this, and maybe pray for a safety car at least, or a virtual perhaps. Fantastic battle here for P3. Mikra struggling. Ralla just being consistent. He's not got, you know, he's not got fantastic pace. He's not slow. Just stop is the one on the move, and we got a yellow flag in sector 2. It looked like it was Joel racing. Can these guys get past Mikras? That's the question. I'm expecting Ayrton to light up the boards purple. Oh my God. And that is either down to the tyre being low on grip, or that's his setup, and I don't want to say which one it is at this point. They've been on these tyres now for 14 laps as Casper has picked up a 5-second penalty, and a few of these guys are pitting. Wait, let's have a look. It's fresh intermediate, so maybe we've got intermediates to the end. I think that's what we've got here at Zandvoort. And I said it at the beginning of the race, or the qualifying, wet weather or mixed conditions is definitely a thing here, and it's proven to be again. And conditions like this bring out the best and the worst in everyone. And it's definitely been that today. We've seen the best of people, we've seen the worst. Many thrills and spills, some great overtakes, particularly by Risa through the chicane, getting the switch back from the hairpin. And yeah, to be fair to Falk, he hasn't lost much pace, much time to Ayrton. It's only about a second as Gustav has decided enough is enough and he wants off them tyres. Ayrton with a 19.4 second fastest lap at the minute. And he's only 12, well, less than 12 seconds behind these guys. And it begs the question, do these guys need to come in? Is the conditions going to change? Is somebody going to risk it and go to the end? They've got nothing to lose at this point. And the gaps are really starting to show now, aren't they? And yeah, reset up to P3, and he really gained. Net P3 once once everybody pits. So it's gone a little bit yeah, it's kind of leveled out at the minute. A little bit stale, not much happening. As Rallet stays out. Thought about it. Sorensen has decided enough's enough. And look at these lap times now, guys. 18.8. The track is ramping up. It's getting close. It's getting really, really close. But by the time it does go to dry conditions, will these guys have been passed? Will their tyres have gone? You can definitely see dry conditions happening at least for a lap or two, but will they stay out? 18.8 fastest lap so far. And oh my days, look at that. Look at the time. Look at the time that Ayrton gained in a few laps. He is already up to this group. I think these front two have to pit. I don't think they've got much left in their tyre. And he's thinking about it, he's faking it. This is going to be like candy to a baby. This is going to be so simple. And Rally defends it. Look at the grip. Look at the grip. Ayrton. He wants to fight, but he knows he's got the victory, or at least fighting for it. He doesn't want to take an unnecessary risk. But look at Falk. Falk is right there as well. Rally doing a fantastic job holding off Ayrton, and this has brought Falk right back into the fold. He was 1.2 seconds behind. He's now just 0.3 of a second behind, and definitely on for the victory here. So far, Ayrton cannot get past Raleigh, and I tell you what, Raleigh is doing a fantastic job of holding off because Ayrton is on much quicker, fresher intermediate tyres. He's got all the grip in the wheel. Ayrton, a moment! Ayrton, moment! He's got wing damage. He dropped it. And is that a result? Is that a result of pressure from Raleigh? All these guys in the pit lane. Is it time for dries? No. Fresh intermediates. Raleigh, fantastic defending. Might have nicked his way into a P4 here. Mikros leads the Grand Prix still. WOR Falk is now laughing his way to the top spot if he can get past Mikros. An uncanny mistake from Ayrton. Just furious, frustrated from Raleigh defending, which he was entitled to do. And he'll be absolutely furious with himself. Moments. It's moments like that that can define a championship. And really, it was there was no real pressure on him having to make that mistake, as Muin has decided enough's enough. So yeah, it'll definitely be one that he could do better on. But he's still in this race. Mikros has pitted, so these guys will inherit P4 and P5. And yeah, a real good race so far, and I'm still a little surprised that the wet weather hasn't gone away. Potentially at this point we're not going to see any slick tyres, but Mikros there coming out of the pit lane. It's a very tight pit lane, and it's as you were actually. It's Raleigh. Oh my days! Oh, and Risa's had a moment there. He sent it. Questions will be asked whether he used Raleigh there. I think maybe he's given the position back. But Mikros with a crucial pit exit. Tough conditions. These guys coming out of the tightest pit lane on the game. Oh, you can just look at the lines. Look at the lines Reese is using. He's got so much more confidence in his ability on these tyres that yeah, he's just really showing his frustration here. Any sort of line to give him an advantage, but Raleigh's holding his own here. It's fantastic battles between these two. Raleigh's through. Raleigh's through. It's easy pickings in the end. Raleigh made a mistake. Is he coming back at him? He's using his ERS. Is he going to send it? Aston Martin versus Red Bull? No, is the answer. Reset up to P5. Ayrton, after that mistake, now sets the fastest lap. 18.4. I don't think we're going to get dry conditions, but look at Risa. Mikros made a mistake coming off of turn 3. Risa's just having the time of his life. Red Bull Racing here at Zandvoort. A couple of drivers in front of him have made mistake after mistake, and he's just picking them off. He hasn't had to race them. And, I mean, yeah, I mean, he'll be thankful. He'll be pleased, but it just shows you these tough conditions are getting to the best of him, and, yeah, just really tough conditions here. On board with Ayrton, the guy who's had the pace against his NER, NER Casper, sorry. And Ayrton has had the pace, and right now what we're seeing is a very, very angry Alpine driver. I don't expect him to take this guy lightly at all, and there we go, he's already through, he's already passed, and that's P8. We go on the back shot of him. You can see Casper really struggling for traction coming off of turn 1. And this battle continues from Rala and Mikras. They've been battling pretty much the whole race at some point or the other. And look at Risa. He's already 2.1 seconds ahead of Mikras. And 3.2 to Gustav. So can he close that gap in 7 laps? It's going to be tough, but he's going to try his damnedest. And WOR Falk looking pretty good for the victory. 3.5 clear of Sorensen, who himself hasn't had the cleanest of races. He's always been up there. But yeah, it looks like these guys are kind of settling for where they are now on track at the top of the grid as Reset improves his fastest lap and takes the fastest lap with an 18.218. And these battles as we go further into the Grand Prix are simmering down now. Everybody have sort of run their own race. They've done their own battles. And it's going to take something quite majestic for Falk not to win this race. Overtake of the race. You'd probably say Risa coming off the hairpin with the switchback on Mikras. Absolutely love to see it. As it goes for driver of the day, I couldn't say. Put your votes in the chat, guys. Driver of the day. It's been some fantastic drives today, it has to be said. Mikras up 7, Rala up 3, Risa up 4. But who's going to get driver of the day? You guys decide. And I just want to go on board with Risa because the gap was 3.1 seconds. And it's now all of a sudden 1.9. So hold on to your hats because this might be a battle that we unsurprisingly see. Because the gap is coming down and it's 10th after 10th. Corner after corner. It's now 1.6. It was 1.5 more just a lap ago. He is flying. Risa is flying on these intermediates and he can see a podium just in front of his very eyes. Here we go. It's down to 1.1. We have got 5 laps to go. A bit of a moment there. He shouldn't have gone on the curb and he's lost the back end. Just about kept it. And that is definitely a warning that you cannot take liberties around here in these conditions. The curbs are deadly as they are in these conditions. Well, it's your funeral. And yeah, 1.5, 1.4, 1.2. And it looks to me, I don't want to say anything, but has Risa either tweaked his downforce or did he start with a wet setup? It would certainly imply, given where he started, that he went with a wet setup. He's looked comfortable. He's looked really quick and comfortable in these conditions. Maybe more comfortable than anyone else as we got a retirement. And that could be Dulce. Dulce Basson, has he retired in the pit lane? Has he gone into the wall? Has he gone into the pit wall but not retired? Because he definitely stopped. He definitely stopped there. So yeah, strange time, but this will be a good chance for everybody to recharge their ERS, just regain a little bit of composure, assess the situation that they're in. It's been a really, really tough 33 laps for all these drivers. Props to everybody who has got this far, and Casper, as his race has just gone from bad to worse, he has now got to drive through. which will be music to the ears of Joel Racing, who should just about jump him. And although he's not looked like getting a point, he might end up getting one. Oh, there we go, Caladri. I think Ayrton has just got past Caladri because he is guessing away, so he's got the pace. Risa is down to just 0.7 of a second behind Gustav. Gustav is surely he's feeling the pressure right now. He's got to be. Risa was 3.1 seconds behind, just 2.5 laps to go. It's now 0.6 of a second. Let's have a look at the stopping distance. So he's still braking at 60 meters. It's absolutely insane. He does lock up, but he does stop it. Not many penalties as expected. Tough conditions. Don't really see penalties here. It's either you're on the track or you're in the gravel. 4 attempts. Can Risa do it? This is what it's all about. Falk is 2 seconds ahead of Sorensen. So, I mean, that gap is coming down as well. So let's keep an eye on that. They've got a red flag, yellow flag. Broda has decided that enough's enough and has retired, although I don't think he meant to. I think he has actually crashed out on turn 1, which seems quite weird. A weird place to crash. But there won't be any virtual or full safety car at this point. And here we go. Gustav versus Risa. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. And let's go on board with Mikros, because look at the Ferrari. He's in the pit wall. I don't know if he's... Alright, they've picked it. They've sorted it out now. But... yeah, real weird crash for Broda. And I don't want to lose the leader winning the Grand Prix, but right now we've got a battle for the final position on the podium. And right now, I wouldn't like to say who's favourite. I think Reese has got the pace. But Gustav has the track position, and at this point, which one do you want? Do you want the pace or do you want the position? My emphasis is on position. He's got a lot more ERS as well. So it's lap 36 of 36. And it's just a case of keeping it on the track. Let's go back on board with Risa. Here we go. ERS, he's using it. Can he send it down the inside? This is pretty much his only chance. Slight lockup, and that's going to compromise his exit out of turn 1. It's going to compromise his run down through 2 and 3. And Gustav looks to have held off the challenge, at least for now. It's so close. He can physically taste the champagne. And I don't want to miss the leader. There's a little tap there from Reese. Did he gain an advantage by the little tap? Who knows? This is it. This is it. It's all or nothing. I don't think he's going to get it done here. Gustav goes a little bit defensive. I got to go on board with Falk because he is the winner of the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort in Nordic eRacing. And here we go. Here we go. It's Risa versus Gustav. And it's going to be Gustav P3. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. 48 thousandths of a second between P3 and P4. Mikras P5, Varela P6, Ayrton with a solid P7. Possibly could have had the victory. Caladri P8. Dynastics with a, it has to be said, a very unusual poor performance in P9. I'm expecting a strong comeback from him next week. Casper in P10. And Joel Racing in the end won't get a point. Well, he might do actually because of the 5 seconds, but in fact he does. So congratulations to the podium drivers. Fantastic to everybody driving in these tough conditions. A truly spectacular race. Risa with the driver of the day, and I don't know if there could be any arguments. Some fantastic battling throughout the field, through the top and the bottom, or the front or the back, whichever way you want to say it. But it's McLaren's day, and I'm sure that's not the first we'll see of a McLaren on the top step. Fantastic race, guys. Given the circumstances, a lot of close battling. And there we have it. Risa picked up the fastest lap, an 18.218. Yeah, so that's your order, guys. If you enjoyed the content, please hit that follow button. And yeah, well, this was my one and only time of commentating Nordic eRacing. So thank you for having me, and I hope it was okay for you guys. And yeah, I'm sure next week they'll be back to their normal commentators. But until then, guys, see you later and stay safe.